So David Cohn, you won the Night News Challenge Award 2008.
Yeah.
So can you come up with some ideas, some advice for people who are planning to apply for the Uutisraiva Award in Finland? How to come up with good ideas, how to win?
Sure. Well, in terms of how to come up with good ideas, two things. One is, at least this is what I did with Spot Us, is I looked at a lot of innovative things that were happening outside of journalism. So sometimes we were sort of in a little bit of a silo, thinking a little bit too much about media, and there are a lot of other industries that are going through a lot of different issues, and they are innovating in different ways, and to learn from those. And the other one is what I say is scratch your own itch. So I was a freelancer, and I was frustrated with the way freelancing was organized and done. I thought it was antiquated, and I wanted to sort of figure out a system that would make that a little bit more modern. So it was really, I was building it for me. It was something that I wanted to see personally. And if you can figure out what's bothering you, then you'll figure out what the need is and what to build out of it.
And how about when you do your application? What kind of things one should think about?
Well, so I'm not sure if how much of it translates to the Finnish.
It translates a lot.
So one thing that I noticed a lot, and I was a reader as well for 2 years for the Night News Challenge. Make sure you read and understand what they're looking for, right? A lot of, Night was looking for local, innovative, and helping people's news and information needs. A lot of applications were not local, right? They would say, we're going to build something that's going to change the world. Make sure you know what they're looking for and respond to that. I think if you can do the local, the open source news and information, the hardest one, and this is where it's the challenge is on the readers and the judges, is what's innovative. That's open to interpretation. But make sure you nail the other ones.
How about the open source requirement? Now Spot.us, it has been implemented in Canada and Australia.
Yeah.
How has it gone with the open source code?
It's fine. For us, there's a Canadian site and an Australian site that's using our code, and we're talking to other sites all over the world. And I actually think it's great. The more people who are entering your space, the better. It's a validation. Technically, maybe competition if I were to expand to Canada, but it's better to have competitors than just sort of be alone in a cave screaming at yourself. So I've looked at the open source thing as a real boon, and it also for the technology side, programmers love when they're working on something open source. And you need to have good programmers who really believe in the project, and making something open source really turns them on, and then they become more passionate, and you need to have passionate programmers.